I don't want to get too in-depth in this Vine review simply because it felt like it was all over the place, but I still enjoyed it. So there's a few points I want to talk about. Hopefully the video won't be too long like the last couple few. First, I want to talk about Serpico and the battle that he had with Guts. Now, this dude had me completely misguided. I was completely wrong about him. I thought he was just another heir to nobility that cannot fight or anything like that. But this dude proved me wrong. He waited for Guts on the cliffside and used the environment to his advantage, basically telling Guts that your equipment, your style, everything will work against you in this situation, not allowing Guts to draw his sword, etc., etc. And Guts immediately realizes, like, not just the fact that this dude's that clever, but he is a skilled swordsman as well. He has, like, a fencing type style. And then when Guts actually gets the upper hand and grabs the rapier, or the fencing sword, this dude uses his brain, pickpockets Guts immediately, uses the little bomb that Guts used against the goat, and uses it to flee. And I was like, yo, Serpico is absolutely brilliant. This dude is quick on his feet, he's a skilled swordsman, and he's very clever. And Guts acknowledges this immediately and says, you know, he was able to pickpocket me in that little short time and use a weapon he only seen once to his advantage to escape. So I really want to see more of Serpico. I want to see just how skilled he is. And I would love to see Serpico join Guts' group along with Isidro and whoever else. Because I feel like he would be a great asset to Guts in his war against the demons. But I have a feeling that we won't see Serpico join anytime soon because he is indebted and he is a follower of Farnese in particular. We see Farnese is ordered to go back to her family, and she blames Serpico and says Serpico is giving information to her father. And basically she says, if you don't remember, you swore loyalty to me. I am your master. So at first I thought maybe Farnese and Serpico are brother and sister, but it seems like Serpico is actually a servant to her family, the Vandermon family or whatever, and we get to learn a little bit more about their relationship. So I did enjoy that as well. But before anything else could go on, all hell breaks loose. You know, Casca's captured, like I said she would be. She's brought to Mazgas, being known as the heretic sorceress, the witch. And they decide to torture her, and they throw her in an Iron Maiden. But the darkness causes her brand of sacrifice to activate and bring about these evil spirits. But these evil spirits are different than before. They're like an ooze-like being, and they swallow up all the other Holy See followers, devouring them and leaving only bones behind. However, Casca is swallowed up, and according to Puck, her presence doesn't disappear. So my theory is, First, I want to say there's these eyes that appeared in the previous volume that I didn't speak about, and they appear in this volume as well. I wonder whose eyes these are. Are they Griffith's eyes? Are they another member of the God Hand's eyes? Whose eyes are these? Who's watching all this unfold? Because apparently they're causing this all to happen. They're using it to their advantage. It's the whole law of casualty, the flow of casualty, causality, whatever you want to call it. And they're using this whole situation to their advantage. My theory is that these evil spirit ooze creatures are taking Casca to this person because we know that there's going to be like an imitation eclipse, according to the Skull Knight. So maybe these ooze-like creatures, these evil spirits, are bringing Casca to this person, and they're going to use her in this imitation eclipse or something along those lines. But before this could happen, we see this big glob of like evil spirits and ooze show itself before Mazgas and the torturers, and it looks like it shows itself in like the main room of the Tower of Conviction. And Mazgas says, "This is our faith being tested," and Mazgas is ready to go in and fight. But there's something above him coming down. It looks like a spider, and it has those eyes. So I don't know what's going to happen. I was completely wrong about Mazgas. I thought he was an apostle. I thought he was working for the God Hand, but he's not, because he was surprised by these evil creatures. And why would these evil creatures be attacking him? Now, I'm going to assume that, you know, Mazgas might get possessed by this evil, as we've seen the heretics get possessed in this volume, as we've seen the horse and the dogs get possessed in the volumes before that. Maybe he'll get possessed somehow, and he will be a threat to Guts, and Guts will have to have a battle with him. I don't know exactly what's going to go down. I mean, obviously, there's a lot going on here, and it's all leading up to this imitation eclipse, as the Skull Knight said. I like this one panel when Guts first arrives. He's like a cyclone destroying all these heretics that are possessed by evil. And there's this panel where Guts and Casca are just there, and Guts is walking past her, looking at her, and Casca's sitting there. I really love that panel. It's the reunion between the two lovers. I thought it was beautifully done. Just a lot happened in this volume, and it was all over the place, and it was a build-up, basically. You know, Guts taking Farnese and telling Farnese to bring him to the torture chamber, and then them finding Puck. Luca using her abilities, you know, to get Jerome to come help her, and Jerome actually denounces himself as a Holy Iron Chain Knight in a sense, and says he will go with Luca from now on, and Luca kind of misinterpreted him and said that she, you know, actually had him wrong. So they rescue Nina, who's a complete bitch. I mean, she could not even deal with one fingernail being torn from her finger and gave up Casca and said that she's a witch. But they rescue Nina. They, you know, they're going to try to rescue Casca, but now she's enveloped by these ooze-like evil spirits. And then Isidro, my boy Isidro, he is absolutely cunning, man. He releases the other heretics, and Jerome's like, I might not look like it, but I'm a heretic hunter. And Isidro's like, man, you're an accomplice now. You turn us in, I'll tell him you helped us. And that's when Jerome's like, you know, maybe I'll just go with Luca. But Isidro, we learn more about him. He wants to become a strong swordsman. He's going to use Casca as a token to basically get training from Guts. And he even says, if Guts refuses to train me, I'll take Casca hostage. And I laugh so loud because Puck's like, you're two peas in a pod. You're just like Guts. And it's true because we've seen Guts take people hostage to get the upper hand. So I absolutely love that about Isidro, and I want to see more of this kid. I want to see him develop as a swordsman. I want to see him develop as a character. I mean, he already has a very stubborn, a very cunning type of personality, and he's very comedic. I mean, him and Puck are going to be hilarious together. They already were in this volume. There was a scene where Isidro's throwing stones down at the heretics, and the one gets possessed, and his dick starts swinging. He's like, don't swing that my way. I was like, dude, that shit is fucking hilarious. Isidro is my boy. I love this character already. I want to see more of him. Like I said, I want to see him develop. I would love to see Guts train him because I feel like Isidro could become a very good asset, just like Serpico, to Guts' cause. Become a very good ally and a very good comrade. If anything, I would love to see Isidro more than Serpico because he's a child. He has a lot of development that can be given to him as a character. So I would love to see more of Serpico. But like I said, I would love to see more of, not Serpico, Isidro. But I would love to see more of Serpico as well because both characters are very interesting, but Isidro piques my interest more. I love his personality. There's a scene where he says, you know, maybe I'll even get to sleep with the 5 prostitutes once I bring Casca back to Guts, and I thought that was hilarious. He's just a funny kid, a funny character. But that's really all I have to talk about. I mean, I think I touched base on everything. This volume was a big build-up, and things are coming to a close. I feel like the next couple volumes, shit is really going to go down, and we're going to see some crazy stuff. We're going to see exactly whose eyes that we keep seeing, who these eyes belong to. I have a feeling it's Griffith, or it's one of the other God Hand. Maybe it's the one with the cock, the female God Hand, because we've seen her come out of the flames in the last volume during the orgy. So she might be the one that's kind of like pushing for this imitation eclipse, and maybe we'll see a battle between her and Guts finally. We'll actually see a battle between Guts and one of the God Hand members. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what exactly is going to go down. But let me know your thoughts on this volume. Let me know your thoughts on my thoughts. Like the video if you feel I deserve it. Subscribe if you want to see more content. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's all I have for you. I'll catch you in the next one.